If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Ring featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. Got another good one for you guys today. Gonna talk about WWE NXT results, tag team turmoil, number one contendership match, Heritage Cup match. So we're gonna talk about NXT. That was just for the June 25th episode. So appreciate you guys coming out. Got some announcement I'm gonna make shortly. But yeah, guys, definitely a good show. Looking forward to. We are getting ready for Heat Wave. We got NXT Heat Wave coming up. So that's gonna be a week from Sunday. So it's gonna be definitely some good events, definitely some good matches holding up, no doubt about it. So we're going to definitely talk about it. There's going to be some matches in there. It's going to be a little bit of everything, guys. They're announcing more and more matches. So it's going to be something interesting. But other than that, I think it's going to be a very good one. So let's see who came into the ring before we begin. Jason Waters, salute to you. You said Rollins versus Priest, who wins? That's a good question. That's a very good question. If I had to guess right now, I could see Damian Priest retaining once again. I still don't see him losing before SummerSlam. But other than that, though, like I said, guys, we're gonna definitely have a good one to talk about with NXT. Very, very solid episode. I'll go over the important parts of the show, what happened in the show, and everything else of sort. So I appreciate you guys all coming out. Like I said, we're going to get into it shortly. A couple things that I will mention as well, because not only just the heat wave, but this is during the Money in the Bank weekend. So we got to remind ourselves that too. This is going to be not just any weekend. This is the Money in the Bank weekend, particularly. So we got to keep that in mind too. But other than that, though, guys, I think it'd be very interesting to see what happens next. And of course, we got the bonus round here. We'll talk about that as well. Who wins the four-way for the NXT Championship between these four: Trick, Javon, Ethan, and Sean. So that'll be mentioned later here on X and Facebook. We'll talk about stay on those two platforms until the bonus round. Then until then, we will definitely leave those platforms. And if you want to catch more, you gotta be on YouTube. So keep that in mind. Other than that, one announcement I do want to make. I think it was announced a lot yesterday, but I'll mention it right now. RIP to Sika. This was Roman Reigns' dad. He passed away tragically yesterday at age 79. So I know that Roman Reigns sent out a tweet. WWE sent out condolences. They sent some NXT last night. So this was very sad to hear. But other than that, rest in peace to Sika. He was one half of the Wild Samoans. Like I said, Roman Reigns' dad. So with that being said, rest in peace to him. I hope I wish the Noah family, Roman Reigns, and the rest of his family very, very they're going through a tragic time. I wish them well. Hope they get better as they mourn the loss of their patriarch of the family. And with that being said, give him a little 10-bell salute. So rest in peace to Sika once again. So just wanted to say tribute to him and talk about him. One great half of the tag team, legendary tag team. So with him and his brother Alpha. So salute and rest in peace to Sika. Now another announcement I'm gonna make shortly. Another good announcement. I don't know if you guys know. I made an announcement on my Facebook. I'm gonna talk about it here again right now. Yes, this channel, just good news, just got monetized. The red carpet rain just got monetized. I just got this email yesterday that I've been accepted to the YouTube partner program. So as of yesterday, it's officially a monetized channel. So you guys who's been here for a while, if you do now want to support the channel, you can do that. So now not only Cash App, you can do it via also super chat or super thanks or super sticker to the red carpet rank on YouTube. So a lot of hard work's been put in here. It's paid off. This is now a monetized channel. So we will definitely have a monetization party at a later date. We'll keep you guys updated in the community posts, as I always keep you guys posted with polls and news and et cetera, everything else. So like I said, for the ones who have supported me from the beginning or even in the middle or even recently, I appreciate it. To the detractors, the haters, I appreciate you too. Either way, all that hard work, me going off, the people that support me and don't support me has gotten me here. So with that being said, I'm gonna give myself a little you the I'm gonna do that right. All right. All right, enough with the announcements. Let's get to the show of NXT. So let's move forward here. So I announce those real quick. All right, now we had a tag team turmoil match. I think we had a tag team turmoil match at Number One Contenders for Chase U. Also another good match. I'll mention it here too. We'll mention here Trick Williams and Javon Evans. Seem like they'd be having some animosity, starting to. Javon Evans want to back up Trick in this match, and Trick Williams saying he don't trust nobody. You see how these both are staring at the NXT Championship. We know Trick Williams does not have trust due to his history with Carmelo Hayes in the past. So with that being said, it's going to be very, very good rivalry between these guys. Love to see where it's going to go next between these two guys. So it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to see what the next move is going to be for Trick Williams and Javon Evans as things are heating up for the NXT Championship. That's going to be one. That's going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens moving forward because, like I said, we got literally a week away from, we from Sunday away from Heat Wave. So we got to keep that in mind too. That could be something that we all want to keep an eye on. But other than that, though, guys, it's going to be interesting. I can see these two having a very good long-term feud later on. So, but you know what? We don't know what else is going to happen with these two, but I know it's going to be crazy between Javon and Trick. Expect maybe a long-term feud, possibly could be a long-term feud, or eventually a full one-on-one as we expect to. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Definitely keep that in mind. So I would love to see what the next move going to be for these two. Javon Evans, a very bright young talent. So it's very, very good to see what can happen next. But other than that, though, guys, I definitely see this going somewhere. But I'm gonna talk more about this though. But I did want to highlight that's one important parts of NXT episode last night. But I will talk about more as well, and what I'm gonna get into shortly. And I'm gonna talk about also how we're gonna have it's gonna be a whirlwind for the championship picture between Trick and Javon. Javon's brand new, but he's already getting a lot of buzz. So we got to keep an eye out on that. So we definitely will. That being said, you guys let me know what you think of this upcoming feud. That's going to be eventually a one-on-one between Javon and Trick Williams. Will that Trick, or will it be Javon who eventually get the NXT title? But we'll get more into that though. Another thing I want to talk about, which was the beginning of opening the show. Actually, this was Chase U. Chase U actually the number one contendership match with the tag team Turmoil number one contendership. It was Chase U versus the OC versus Edris, Enofe, and Malik Blade versus New Catch Republic versus Legado del Fantasma, whatever you call it. And whoever won would get an NXT Tag Team Championship match at Heat Wave. Chase U was the last team standing at the end of the day. So with that being said, they ended up becoming the number one contenders for the NXT Championship, which we will see at NXT Heat Wave. That will be against the current champions Axiom and Nathan Frazer. So congratulations, Chase U. They put in the work. They did what they had to do, and now they are number one contenders. We know that Chase U also held on to the NXT Tag Team Championships before. Will they win it again? That remains to be seen. It definitely remains to be seen. But I wouldn't put it past them because they are a good solid tag team. They have the chemistry. They have it all. They definitely have it all. But we're gonna see what happens next with this tag team. Like I said, Chase U, you know, they've been going through a lot of stuff storyline. One of the important parts of the show, with JC Jane being involved. So, like I said, these guys they deserve they due, and I'm glad they're going to Heat Wave to battle for this championship because we knew OC and New Catch Republic are mostly main roster people on SmackDown primarily. We knew they weren't going to win. I knew the new guys weren't going to win, but this was a good tag team match. It was a good setup. I like how New Catch Republic was chopping them down. I like how OC came in, and then of course Fantasma. What the name of that team is called? Legado del Fantasma. They got caught up with the interference from Apollo Crews, the feud on SmackDown. He caused interference and they lose, but at the end of the day, it was Chase U ended up winning. So I'm glad they won. I'm glad they're finally going to get their opportunity. Like I said, they could be the champions once again. See what's came in. King Rule TV, salute to you. So this was a good way to open up NXT. Now, another thing I want to mention too, there was another important part of the match. Like I said, congratulations to Chase U. He did win. Other than that, though, I want to mention another part of the show. This is a very important part of the show. Yes, it is the NXT Heritage Cup match. Tony D'Angelo, aka Tony D, defended the championship against Nathan Frazer. This was the match of the night. These guys were going at it. These guys did what they had to do. They were doing their thing. I got to give it to them. These guys were very, very solid. And with that being said, since they were solid, it was a lot of near falls. It's normally 3 rounds, and and it's 2 minutes each. Whoever wins out of 3 falls win. This match ended up going not just 3 rounds; it went 5 rounds because the 3rd round nothing happened. They had a 4th round, nothing happened. I think the 5th round, Tony D hit Nathan Frazer with his finisher. That was it. That was it. And all we know is that was all she wrote. We know also that Tony D is still the the NXT Heritage Cup champion. This was, I would have to say, the match of the night. Definitely match of the night. These guys put in the work. I like Nathan Frazer. He's, like I say, he's like a little mini Seth Rollins, and he was trained by Seth Rollins when he first got into wrestling. If you guys didn't know that, if you look at his style, he wrestles very similar to Seth Rollins, very similar. So congratulations to Tony D retaining. I don't know who his next opponent is going to be per se. I don't know just yet, but I know it's going to be coming very soon. I know it's going to be coming soon. Who's going to be announced? I don't know who's going to get another opportunity, but I'm glad he retained his championship. I know Tony D a few months ago, not too long ago, he was competing for the NXT championship against then champion Ilya Dragunov. And now he's the Heritage Cup champion. He was also NXT Tag Team champion with Channing Stacks. But like I said, it was a very good match. This was something to check out. These guys did their thing. I like how these guys, work together. They definitely put in the work. They definitely had the chemistry, and it was just near falls. No really crazy interference. Two guys just going it out for the NXT Heritage Cup. It was a good match. So congratulations to Tony D. Very important part of the match. I would say match of the night. Definitely match of the night. Mr. Goodbray Reaction, salute to you. Thanks for coming out to the ring. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to move on with the NXT show. Now, what we do next here is another rivalry's heating up. We got Lola Vice. We got her and Roxanne. And Lola Vice, I said this before, and I'll say it again, that Lola Vice was going to be the next challenger for Roxanne's NXT Women's Championship. I made a video about it last week. And also, you could tell because they tag teamed together last week in a 6-woman tag. Roxanne attacked Lola. This week, Lola got the upper hand. She saw Roxanne coming, trying to attack her again. And now she hit her. She took her belt with her. She gave her, literally, seriously, took her out. And she gave her that work.
You about to get that work, son.
So she gave her that work. And also, it was a good image. It was a good clip. So Lola Vice attacked her. Later on, she went to Ava's office, and she said when Roxanne wakes up, let her know, I want to challenge her for a championship at Heat Wave. And Roxanne, followed up with that. She let Roxanne know. Ava, followed up with Roxanne later on. She let her know the championship match, and it's official. We're going to have Lola Vice versus Roxanne at Heat Wave for the NXT Women's Championship. So definitely something to look forward to. I cannot wait to see what happens next because it will be interesting, to say the least. It's going to be a very good rivalry. Also, we had another championship match announced at Heat Wave. And it was a number one contendership match for the Women's NXT North American Championship. Sol Ruka versus Ariana Grace. And the winner and new number one contender is Sol Ruka. And Kalani Jordan said last week she thinks Sol Ruka deserves an opportunity. And she got her opportunity now. She came out to congratulate Sol Ruka. They're friends. They're not rivals or anything. They're both baby faces. They will compete for the championship. I don't know exactly what to think of the championship yet. I think it's going to be a good match because Sol Ruka is good. She got that soul snatcher. And Kalani Jordan got the gymnastic background. They're both going to be solid. I think it's going to be a very good match. But later backstage, we saw JC Jane and Fallon Henley. They were not too pleased about Sol Ruka getting an opportunity. They said, we've been here longer, which they have. We deserve an opportunity for the belt. So, with that being said, I believe the way this finish is going to happen, Somebody is going to interfere. Either Fallon and Jason going to interfere in this match, and we won't have no proper finish between Kalani and Soruka. And then I think ultimately, similar to the NXT Championship picture, it's going to be a four-way match for the Women's NXT North American Championship. I'm calling it right now. Kalani Jordan, champion. If she's still champion, which I'm pretty sure she will. Kalani Jordan, Soruka, Fallon Henley, JC Jane. So I'm calling that right now. I can tell the way that story's going. They're going to have pretty much a four-way because everybody wants the title opportunity. Everybody wants the brand, especially brand new Women's NXT North American Championship. So I cannot wait to see what the next move is going to be. So let's keep that in mind. Well, other than that, very good match between these two. So Ruga's so smooth in the ring. Ariana Grace, I know she don't normally win matches. She ain't the best in-ring performer, but she do what she can do. Well, other than that, though, I like how it's gonna go. Now, let's move on to the rest of the show for NXT. Let's see another part of the show we see. Other parts of the show, we also saw the no catch quarter. Damon Kemp with no catch quarter crew versus Tavion Heights. And Tavion Heights had won, which is the top still. He will become a member of no quarter catch crew as they supposed to have four members. And we know the fourth member was Drew Gulak. He was quietly off TV and eventually released due to the Ronda Rousey allegations, which is a whole nother story that I already had discussed prior. He is the guy that's going to replace Drew Gulak. We have in the middle still, we have Wesley. He had a match against, I think he had a match himself. He had a good match. He had a solid match. Now, he had a match that was in the middle of the show. His match was Joe Coffey. He defeated him. He hit him with his finisher. And afterwards, Obafemi came out. And they talked about their championship match. Let Leslie know this is last chance. So this is going to be a good match, too. That will be a heat wave. Then bottom here, we got Robert Stone, who used to manage Von Wagner before he got released. Now he's the assistant to Ava. Then you got also Stevie Turner. It seems like they're both fighting over who could be assistants to Ava. They always go over decisions. That's other stuff that happened in the show as well. Also, here we had Noam Dar, who is currently out with an injury. We have Ora Mensa. He vows to get revenge on Ethan Page. He had a story about how his dad almost died, how he don't take nothing for granted. He told the rest of Metaphor, Jakara, and Lash. And he came out while Ethan Page was commentary during the Trick Williams and Shawn Spears match. He came out and attacked Ethan Page. This is like far from over between Ora Mensa and Ethan Page. So they're going to have it. They're going to duke it out for a while. So with that being said, speaking of the main event, it came down to Trick Williams and Shawn Spears to bring that up. And they had a one-on-one match. And it ended up due to interference now. It did turn out that Shawn Spears defeated Trick Williams, the champion. So that was good. This meant a lot because Trick is the champion, but it was due to interference, and I believe it was Brooks Jensen. He hit Trick Williams while they was outside in the ring. He was taking pieces off the announce table. He hit Trick Williams with the party announce table, and Shawn Spears was allowed to get the pinfall, and he defeated Trick Williams. So he got the advantage on him. So there you go. You're going to have a four-way match. And with that being said, I will get into that in the bonus round. Before that, we will get to also the review of NXT. Give my final review on the episode. Give it 4 out of 5. Very solid show. One of the best shows. A little couple things that was useless, but other than that, very solid show. We had a lot of matches that's going to be announced. We have a tag team championship match of Axiom and Nathan Frazer versus Chase U. the Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez story. That's going to be crazy with the NXT Women's Championship. And of course, now we have another thing. We have also a four-way match for the NXT Championship. Trick, Ethan, Sean, and Javon. You know, we have NXT Women's North American Championship match, Kalani versus Soruka. Great NXT Heritage Cup match. I don't know if Tony D is going to be defending that championship at Heatwave. We'll see what happens next because it is a week from Sunday. So we will have one more NXT episode before we get into Heatwave. So keep an eye out for that. We had a lot of good stories. Like I said, new member of the No Catch Quarter crew, Tavion Heights. You know, we have that story going on. The Aura Mensa, Ethan Page storylines going. Noam Dar, I don't know when he's going to come back. But it was a very good episode, to say the least. A lot of good matches. You know, other than that, NXT, sky's the limit for them, the way I see it. With that being said, I'm going to head off into the bonus round right now. And I will head to the bonus round talking about the four-way match for the NXT Championship by Trick Williams, the champ, and he is now going to defend the championship against three other competitors, as I just mentioned. And I'm going to talk about the scenarios and who is going to win what, who's going to win. So with that, if you guys, we're going to end it on X, and we also going to end it on Facebook. Appreciate you guys listening. But if you want to check out the rest, please come to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube as I prepare and get ready for this bonus round here. All right. We are here at the bonus round. We're going to talk about who is walk out of NXT Heatwave in a four-way match for the NXT Championship. A match that originally started off as just Javon Evans, who won the Battle Royal last week against Trick Williams. Supposed to be originally Javon versus Trick. It ended up becoming a four-way match, as I thought it would be before. I called this a couple weeks ago because four men had their eyes on the title. Besides Javon, Sean, and Ethan was going to play a factor. Now we know Ethan Page, he did get a championship opportunity recently at NXT Battleground, but he did not win. Shawn Spears, another veteran, that's been on NXT and WWE before, formerly known as Ty Dillinger. But other than that, it was an announcement made that recently that it will be a four-way match. Ava stated on the end of the NXT episode. So Ava made that announcement. It will be a four-way match. Thing about it is, who's going to walk out of NXT championship? Who's going to walk out with being NXT champion? All four men, because in four-way matches, in triple threats, anytime it's more than one opponent there, you do not have to be pinned to lose your championship. Is Trick Williams' championship in jeopardy? Is he going to lose now at NXT Heatwave? Like I said, it's a big event. It's the same weekend as Money in the Bank. We got to keep that in mind. So we're going to go down the list here, and we're going to see who has the rightful claim to win. We'll go down each competitor compete for the championship, and then we'll work our way back to the champion to see who has the right to win. Now, Javon Evans, who's the young OG, as they call him, he did win the Battle Royal. He eliminated 24 other men. Well, according to Ethan Page, 23. He did that so he could get the opportunity of the NXT Championship. But does he have what it takes to win the title right now? He's only, 20 years old. He's new to NXT. He's great talent. I talked about him last week. He has all the abilities, but he doesn't have all the experience just yet. He did wrestle when he was 16, but there are other guys who have way more experience than him. His opponents especially have way more experience. Trick, more experience. Definitely Ethan Page, and most definitely Shawn Spears. Experience will play a big factor for Javon Evans, and it's going to work against him because he is not experienced as his opponents are. So, do I see him being the champion down the line? I said this before, I said it again. Yes, I do. I do see this man eventually winning the championship. Is it going to be anytime soon? No. If it is, I'll be very surprised. But Javon's definitely a rising talent. He has a bright future ahead of him as long as he keeps his nose clean and stay healthy. I always say it about the stars. Keep your nose clean, stay healthy. Keep your nose clean, stay healthy. Don't believe me? Look at a former NXT North American champion talent, the Velveteen Dream. Great talent, but didn't keep his nose clean. So you got to keep that in mind. Some people just don't have it if they don't have all the components together. But Javon Evans definitely has a rightful claim to winning the NXT championship. But like I said, I think that'll be the one thing that would deter him from winning the championship will be experience. Tyler, held a salute to you. Appreciate you coming out, man. You missed a good chunk of the show, but you can always catch on playback. Also, Javon Evans is going to eventually have a one-on-one match against Trick Williams, I think, at some point. I think it's going to be some type of rivalry between them, as I stated earlier. But you know what? That's, like I said, that's down the line. I do see him having a good reason to why he could win the NXT championship. But that's his claim. He did a lot in his short time already. Let's give him some credit where credit's due. He could very well could walk out. Surprisingly, and that could probably be the biggest shock in NXT history. So that's the reason I got why Javon Evans could possibly win the NXT championship in the four-way match at Heatwave. Let's move on to the next opponent that's going to compete in this match. The next competitor is Mr. Ethan Page. All ego Ethan Page. Ethan Page, very good talent, man. Brand new to NXT, came from AEW. I watched him at AEW. He put on impressive performances there. I remember one match he competed against then AEW champion MJF on the episode of Collision last year. He did very well. Did solid. I know he was with Matt Hardy and other people, but AEW underutilized him like they do many of their talents. And he made his way to WWE. Now he's on the NXT brand. But the question is, can he win the NXT championship at Heatwave? He can. And Ethan Page, unlike Javon Evans, has a little more experience under his belt. He's a heel. He could do a sneaky attack. he could take advantage of the situation when Trick's being handled by Javon or Sean Spears for that matter. But the thing about Ethan Page that we can't ignore, Ethan Page is going to run to a little issue. And the issue we've been seeing this for weeks on NXT. This is the main reason why I think he may not win a heat wave. And yes, Ora Mensa, who attacked him this recent episode, he said that he is going to get his revenge on Ethan Page, whatever he got to do, because he took out Ora Mensa, he attacked him, and also took out Noam Dar. So with that being said, Ora Mensa has it out for him. He is not going to stop. But since Ethan Page is competing for the NXT Championship, that is what's going to deter him from winning. It ain't going to be experience. It's not going to be timing. He has an unsettled business with Ora Mensa, which I think will take place later on after Heat Wave. They'll have a one-on-one feud. So since he is going to have a feud with Ora Mensa, that's going to take him out of this NXT Championship picture right now. Could he win the NXT Championship later on down the line? Absolutely. He definitely most can. But the thing about it is, since he has that feud going on, that's going to stop him getting in the championship right now, because Ora Mensa will get involved in that four-way match and attack Ethan Page. And further than that, we may even get Noam Dar to return, and he may attack Ethan as well. So that is what's going to stop Ethan Page winning the title. If it wasn't for that, he could be maybe a front runner to win the NXT Championship at Heat Wave. But like I said, he got some unsettled bits with Ora Mensa and Noam Dar. You know, they're not going to go for that. Metaphor is not going to lay down until they get their proper revenge on Ethan Page, because he debuted that way. He came in attacking everybody. He attacked Ora Mensa, Noam Dar, Trick Williams. He attacked everybody. They're not going to forget what Ethan Page did in the past. So we got to keep an eye out on that. In that match at Heat Wave, expect Ora Mensa and maybe Noam Dar to return. They're going to get Ethan Page, and they're going to make sure they do everything they can that he does not walk out of Heat Wave the NXT champion. So you guys think of that. Tyler Hill says Javon Evans should be moved onto the main roster in their future. Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely. You said boo Ethan Page. Yeah, I like Ethan Page's character. All ego. He's very good on the mic. I like Ethan Page. He's the heel that you can't stand. I think AEW don't have that developmental roster like WWE. No, they had the Elevation and Dark TV shows that was on YouTube in the past, but since they introduced Collision last year, they had to pull those TV shows from YouTube. But no, unlike WWE with NXT or even TNA with Gut Check, they don't have a developmental program, which is why they wrestle not developed. Look at they done that many times. That's why they stars are always injured. And that's why people aren't happy and they don't develop to the best of their ability. And they end up leaving, sometimes on good terms, sometimes on bad terms. Tyler Hill said, I can't wait until NXT Money in the Bank pay-per-view 2. Yes, that is next weekend. A week from Sunday is NXT Heat Wave. And of course, the Saturday before that is Money in the Bank. It's right around the corner. Mr. Goodbray Reaction said, I think him and Dar will make a great tag team. Could be. Good scenario. But let's move on to the next competitor. Next competitor we got is Sean Spears, formerly known as Ty Dillinger. What is his claim to the NXT Championship? Why could he win the NXT Championship? Well, he is one of the most experienced out of all four men in this match. He has the experience on his belt. Like I said, he had history with WWE. He was with NXT, known as Ty Dillinger. And also, we got to remember here, he did pin the NXT champion on this recent episode of NXT. So since Sean did defeat Trick Williams, this gives him a rightful claim to why he should be inserted into this match. And he could very well get the upper hand. He could win. He could win the title. Let's not ignore that. Thing about Sean Spears is he's similar to Ethan Page. He just came to NXT. Well, Sean Spears' case, returning to NXT. I don't see him win the title right now. He's not as over as Trick is. He's not as over as Ethan Page. He's not even over than Javon Evans. For him, his history, I don't see the same Shawn Spears when he was Ty Dillinger. I don't see the same pop. Maybe that would change in the future, but his popularity compared to all the competitors in the match, he has the lowest pop out of all of them. I mean, he is a heel. He's kind of like the veteran, the backburn veteran, a back on a back burner type of veteran. I see Shawn Spears. No disrespect to him, he's more used as an enhancement since he is a veteran to put other stars over, like Ethan Page, like Javon Evans, and Trick Williams. Because we do know, despite him defeating Trick Williams on NXT, he did win due to interference from allegedly, I would say possibly Brooks Jensen when he hit Trick Williams with the announce table on his head. So I don't see him winning this championship. Um, could he win the future? That is very, very questionable. That's very up in the air. I don't know if that's going to happen either. But like I said, I'm glad he's back in NXT. I'm glad he is back in, WWE, because he was in AEW alongside Ethan Page. But, due to, he was, I don't know if he gonna have that same pop he did once he was Ty Dillinger. I don't see that happening. I could be wrong, but then again, I could be right too. So think about it is he's gonna be the one. He may be the one in this match to take the pinfall and lose. I don't. He may not. It may not be Javon or Ethan Page if Trick Williams retains. Or now if Javon or Ethan were to win this match, he will still take the pinfall. Whoever walks out of NXT Championship, he will be the guy more likely to take the pinfall. Is he going to be between Shawn Spears, the veteran, or the young OG Javon Evans? Him or Javon, one of these two are going to take the pinfall when it comes to the championship match. And more likely, I see it being Shawn Spears because he's not being pushed. He's not up there with the crowd. They're not into him yet. Like I said, could change in the near side future. But that's my take on Shawn Spears, of him possibly winning NXT Championship. He will be the big shock out of all of it if he does win. Last but not least, the champion. Whoop that Trick Williams. Will Trick Williams retain the NXT Championship? Now, Trick Williams, we know he has been NXT champion since NXT Stand and Deliver back at WrestleMania weekend in April. So with that being said, he's head on to the championship almost 3 months now. He defeated Ilya. No, I'm sorry. Correction. He won the championship. I'm ahead of myself. That's the match he had with Carmelo. He won the championship back at Spring Breaking, and he beat Ilya Dragunov. He had a great feud with Carmelo. He won the championship actually April 23rd. So he only had the belt 2 months. It is going on 3 late July. Late July will make it 3 months. Now, like I said, he had feuds. He ain't defended that much. He defended against Ethan Page, and now he's having his 4-way match. But this will be more likely the scenario that's going to happen. I believe out of all 4 men in this championship match, I think he's the one that's going to. Trick is more likely going to retain. I don't see why he will lose now. Shawn Spears, he's not over. I don't see him winning the championship now. Ethan Page has unsettled business with Ora Mensa and Norm Dar, so I don't see him retaining. Javon Evans, he's brand new to NXT, literally maybe a month in, if that. So I don't see him winning either. So most likely the best scenario for this championship match to end, the finish will be Trick Williams retain the championship, and he will still be NXT champion. Some people I know who aren't Trick Williams fans are not going to be happy with that, but I don't see why the other 3 competitors will win at this particular time. Trick, I would say, is going to be the best case scenario. If they're going to play it safe, if they're going to run something right with the storyline and the booking, it's best to have Trick Williams retain his title right now. I don't see why he will lose at this point. It does not make sense. Javon's too new. Like I said, Ethan Page also new, but he's gonna have to battle out with Ora Mensa. And Shawn Spears he's also new, but he's returning. He's not over. I don't see how he will win. Bobby Barnes and NXT World Champion. Oh man, can't believe you said that.
Tell me you did not just say that.
That was actually funny. But yeah, NXT World Champion. I never heard that before. Salute to you, Bobby. Welcome to the ring. And guys, make sure you hit that like button as you come in. Make sure that like button is up. This is a different kind of channel now. This is a monetized channel now. Officially monetized channel. But other than that, Trick Williams would be the best scenario. I do see him retain the championship. I do see him walking out of NXT Heatwave, the NXT champion. I don't see why we'll go down any other way. You know, it does not make sense for that. Like I said, it's going to be a good match. I said a few weeks ago, it's going to come down to these four. I knew at some point they was going to all battle it out for the NXT championship. I knew that's how it would go down. But other than that, though, it's going to be interesting. And that's actually a good thing. Corbin Urbanek, how are you doing? I'm doing amazing. Welcome to the ring. How are you? Other than that, though, guys, this is the best scenario. This is the bonus round here, and it's who's walking out of NXT Heatwave in the four-way match for NXT Championship. The match that was just announced by Ava at the end of NXT episode, and we got four men. NXT champion Trick Williams go against Javon Evans, go against Ethan Page, going against Shawn Spears. What was originally a one-on-one between Javon and Trick, which we will see down the line. Not right now. It's going to be a four-way match, and that is the scenario of who's going to walk out NXT champion. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Got WWE NXT Results Tag Team Turmoil, number one contendership match, Heritage Cup match, and now coming down to Heatwave. Who is going to walk out of NXT Heatwave with the NXT Championship out of these four men? You guys in the live chat and comment section, let me know, who do you have as the guy as your winner? Soon two videos will pop up. One will be Wyatt66, the best newest stable. Next video will be Roxanne Perez, next challenger for her title. Until then, it is OUT.